Allora, l'unica cosa che ho ravvisato un po' di umidità.
Can you switch off? Allora, per favore, potete chiudere tutti i microfoni in modo tale che lasciamo lo spazio ai nostri relatori e ai nostri ospiti. Allora, facciamo in bilingue in modo tale di, opla, un attimo solo, eccoci qui. Allora, dichiaro ufficialmente aperto l'evento e l'iniziativa Young Leaders in Rotary. Quindi ringrazio tutti i presenti per essere qui stasera, per noi significa veramente molto, innanzitutto per rendere omaggio ai nostri ospiti e ai nostri interlocutori speciali, in secondo luogo per i temi importanti che verranno trattati. Hello everyone, thank you again for being here this evening to participate at our event this evening. I again thank you our host, our speakers for this important topic, Young Leaders in Rotary. And I want to give a warm welcome to them. Ignacio Gonzalez, Rotaract Oriente de Talca, Distretto 4340 Cile, e Maria Vittoria Gargiulo, Rotaract Club Campus Salerno dei due Principati, Distretto 2101 Italy. Vorrei anche cogliere l'occasione per salutare allora un attimo solo, il PDG Giovanna Mastrotisi e il PDG Tom Gamp, che tra l'altro abbiamo anche ospitato di recente per un meraviglioso evento. And I want to thanks also for being here, PDG Giovanna Mastrotisi and PDG Tom Gamp that we hosted for our event not so long time ago, and it was so precious. Thank you for being with us. So I don't want to take much time. I want to give the come si dice dare la parola? I want to let Stefano present this event, and thank you for being here. The event is starting now.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to start by thanking the two keynote speakers who will talk tonight about youth leadership within Rotary International. I want to thank all the Rotarian and Rotaractors authorities who joined us tonight and all our friends connected from all over the world. Rotary, in its 117 years of history, has always been very receptive about change in every aspect of its life. After the Council on Legislation of 2019, Rotary and Rotary clubs are both equally partners of Rotary International. And this change was intended to increase the support that Rotary clubs receive from Rotary International and to enhance their ability to serve. Regarding this, I would like to quote the past Rotary International President, Mr. Barry Racine, who said, "We need to be an inspiration to our young partners, so they will continue doing the great service that they do. This sends a strong message that they are truly our partners in service." In my opinion, Rotary World has got a great chance to take full advantage of the potential that young professionals can bring to the organization in terms of social communication, events organization, and networking skills, even amongst countries geographically very far from each other. By doing this, they would be able to fully give the organization that international feel, which is rooted in its own name. My Rotarian friends around the world know that I've been asking them since a couple of years the question, what is Rotary for you? For me, the first word that comes to mind is friendship. And this is what ties me to our two keynote speakers of this evening. I met Ignacio, or Nacho, during the 2019 Rotary Convention in Hamburg, in Germany. And in the last 3 years, we have always been exchanging ideas and opinions about Rotary World. With Mavi Vittoriga, we have been friends since 2012, when she joined Rotary Club Campus Salerno dei Principati. In the last 10 years, she's always represented our district in Italian national events, and she has represented Rotary Italy in every European international event. So let's introduce our first speaker of tonight, Ignacio Gonzalez. Ignacio is a Chilean law graduate and alumni of the United States Department of State. He has a diploma of social leadership. Member of Rotary Club Oriente de Talca, he served as advising member of the Melbourne 2023 Rotary Convention Committee of Rotary International. He has held various leadership positions at district, regional, and international level, such as the Rotaract and the Elevate Rotaract Task Force committees. Also, he served as the advisor for the Board of Trustees of the Rotary Foundation in the new area of focus of supporting for the environment. He was also a district Rotaract representative and the MDIO leader. He's an international speaker, motivator, and trainer at various events, such as the International Assembly, Rotary Conventions, and Rotary Institutes. In addition to his many attributes, he is multiple Polaris Fellow. So, I can't wait to listen to Ignacio's speech, just like Mavi's speech, because I know they are great Rotaractors, they are great Rotarians, they love our association. So I can't wait to listen to their speeches. So please, Ignacio, you first.
Grazie, amigo Stefano. Ciao a tutti, sono molto felice di stare qui. Hello everyone, I'm so happy to be here with you. Well, actually I'm from Chile. I'm from the central part of my country. This is some landscapes of my city. It's the capital city of the Chilean wine. So I think it's something that we have in common. And some people said that this is really similar to the Tuscany. So I have a really special place in country that remember me, Italy, most of the time. And tonight, I'm really happy to have this talk with you. And we talked before with Mavi that after our presentations, we love to have a Q&A with you. If you have some questions, some comments, concerns, we're really open to discuss with you because we really appreciate the opportunity that the Rotary Club who invite us tonight to discuss this topic, especially because it's something that every, I think, Rotary Club and Rotaract Club needs to have the opportunity to talk how we gonna involve in all this new era, how we wanna involve the youth leaders, especially in Rotaract or in Rotary clubs. As you know, we are living really challenging times. Rotary changed so fast, and I think the COVID situation getting faster. You know, now these kind of meetings are so common for us, and we understand the organization needs to improve every time for continue helping, supporting, and especially including new kind of people. And of course, this is fantastic, but I know that change are not easy for everyone. And sometimes we feel that we lose sometimes the vision. So that's why it's really important to focus in the things that we have in common, and especially how we want to continue supporting that Rotary needs to be an international organization who's serving the humanity. So now with all this new era, not only for Rotaractors, I think for Rotarians, we must, you know, get out to the comfort zone. We need to receive all these new strategies and start to apply and using not only international level, I think district level, of course, regional level, district level, and especially in our clubs. Now, Rotaractors, and I think younger Rotarians too, are protagonists of Rotary, are in the first line, you know, in every event, in every moment that we watch and we heard the senior leaders of Rotary, the RI presidents and the director, etc., they always supporting the younger participation in the organization. And I think for us it's fantastic. Personally, for me, is like a dream come true serving RI presidents, and in this case, working really closely with President-elect Jennifer, because I'm pretty sure for our global leaders, they understand that younger people, and especially Rotaractors in this case, we are not the future. Because when I started in the organization, I always remember the typical speeches of the governors and PDGs that said, like, you are the future of Rotary, someday you want to be Rotarian. I don't know if you heard the same speech that, no, younger generations are the future of this organization. And that is fantastic because, as I mentioned, someday you're going to be Rotarian, someday you're going to be part of this. And for example, I heard in many opportunities when a Rotaractor became Rotarian, they said like, oh, fantastic, welcome to Rotary. And I said like, wait a minute, we're in Rotary. The only thing is now we're changing our membership type, and also Rotaractors are the president of the organization, interactors, alumni, younger leaders. We are the present because we are here right now serving, and we are here right now to working with you, with the Rotarians. So maybe these words sound really easy, but I know this is hard to apply, or we're using our districts on our clubs, because I know most of the times we have a confusion between the values and the traditions. And of course, we have maybe some procedures or some opportunities that we need to continue because we have a district identity. But the most important situation here is we need to open to invite younger leaders and younger Rotaractors to be part of our clubs and districts. When you invited a Rotaractor, for example, to serving in the district level or in regional level, you are going to receive, I think, amazing ideas, creativity, opinions, and especially you are going to receive loyalty and, of course, a lot of responsibility. Because for us, when a Rotarian invite us to serve, it's something important because we understand that this person trusts in us and we can fail. And the same at this and club level. Nowadays, with the new Rotaract situation or the new Rotaract era that I always said, because I know in 2019, I was really closely working with Barry in all this elevation of Rotaract. That was fantastic, but it was 2 years ago. Rotaract changed. The way that the Rotaractors live Rotaract changed 2 years ago. Now we're in different times. But I know that in many places of the world, people continue doing the same because they don't want to change. They have some fear to work with Rotarians. They said like, no, we're okay. We have our structure. We have this Rotaract district. So we are really safe in this comfort zone. And yeah, it's good. But the thing is, the organization changed because now we are not a district Rotaractor. We are part of the Rotary district because we are part of the organization. The new RI bylaws and constitution says that Rotary International is an organization like integrated by Rotary clubs and Rotaract clubs. And that says that we are here together to serve. As Barry said, we are partners in service. And for that, the best way that we can get out of the comfort zone in this topic is talking together, understanding together, and take a coffee for the Rotaractors who are here. This is something that maybe we need to do with the first step. In other places, Rotarians are going to do the first step, but some of us needs to move this and saying like, hey, I really want to serve with you. Hey, I really want to working with you. In all my Rotary life, I have the blessing of receive a lot of Rotary support, especially for women Rotarians who trusted me and invited me and motivated me to be part of this organization and doing amazing things. And for that is really important because in every moment when I receive or when I live, I think a bad situation with a Rotarian who not supporting younger people or who was against about all of these changes, I always remember the good examples of Rotarians who supported me and pushing me to continue to develop my leadership. So the main reason that Rotaractors wants to be Rotarian is because they have closely good examples of Rotarians who not only support them, who show the road. So for this, my dear friends, all of you here, you have a beautiful opportunity to change a younger leader's life, integrating, working with them, supporting them. And that is so easy. And you need to do it because it's the only way that younger people feel this is our organization. This is a big family and we are important in the family. So if you have maybe this prejudice about Rotaractors who say that maybe we are messy or we are not serious, well, try to meet new Rotaractors, other Rotaractors, try to be close to a Rotaract who you sponsor or maybe Rotaract clubs in your district. And you want to see, like, for example, Mavi example, that you have amazing Rotaractors in Italy that are doing amazing things and needs your support. Maybe just your moral support, but it's important because when we have this sense of belonging, we understanding that Rotaract is just a moment in our life. Because with all the changes, Rotaract right now is a membership type that is focalized in people who start in university and finish university. And when they start to work, they see that now they need to leave the other stage in this Rotary life, that is be Rotarian. And the good thing of this new stage, that is full-time. You can be Rotarian the rest of your life. And that's amazing. And for us, we are not losing something when we are be Rotarians because we're continuing this road. So for that, we need to be close to Rotaractors because we need to show them that it's not hard to be Rotarian. Personally, now, next Rotary year, I'm going to be Rotarian. So now I'm just talking with friends and saying how I can do it. And the good thing is when I analyze the amount of money that I need to pay for RI of my district here in Chile is less than, I think, $8 American. It's nothing. I mean, I can waste that money in a beer, maybe eating pizza with friends. So it's not a big effort. It's only the motivation. So nowadays, with all the new club types and all the new fantastic strategies that we have about membership, it's really easy for us, or maybe it's more, we could have a better conversation inside us or with the Rotarians about what is the best way that we can be Rotarians. And for that, you as a Rotarian needs to show the road, need to say like, it's okay. If you want to be in a traditional club, that's fantastic. If you want to be in a passport club, it's fantastic too. The important issue here is you are continuing this life, because less than the 5% of Rotaractors now are Rotarians. So we are doing something badly here. So we need to change. And I think that's the most important issue, because Rotaractors, unfortunately, with the bad examples that we have, because Rotary is integrated by people, we have good people and bad people, and sometimes bad people doing bad things with Rotaractors. As I mentioned, like when I was saying that they are messy, they are not important, they are only for doing like forces activities, not for taking decisions, but no problem. I think the problem here is people like you, like our outstanding Rotarians, needs to be close to younger people, especially in Rotaractors. And for Rotaractors, we have a big duty with interactors, because we need to be closer to them too, because we are in a similar moment in our lives. So I think that's the main challenge that we have together. Rotaractors needs to understand that we are in a same organization. We need to continue to adapting. The challenges for Rotarians and Rotaractors are the same. Actually, we have many things in common. And something really important that I want to share with you is focusing the things that we have in common than the differences, because it's the only way that Rotaract, and not only Rotaract, Rotary continuing in the world, in every social project that I was participating, especially in a special project, and with this I'm finishing my part. Some years ago, I helped a homeless family to find a home in my city. It was a really big challenge for me, and something really beautiful is I just continue visiting the Homeland Secretary of my city. I don't know if the current translation, and spoke with him and tried to find a home for this family. And finally, in 24 hours, I gave to them. That family, when they hug me, they say like, "Thank you so much," because I never imagined that Rotary doing this for me. For me, it was fantastic because it was Rotary. I don't say like, "Wait a minute, I'm a Rotaractor. This is not the same." No, because for people, the wheel is the only thing that we can show to the world. So inside us, of course, we have differences, because Rotary as a lifestyle has different moments in our lives. For maybe as I mentioned, for university time, or when our young professional time, we have Rotaract, of course. But after that, we have the Rotary clubs. And that is a space that now the younger leaders needs to live, empower, because Rotary International has invited us for continuing this. So thank you so much for the time to listen to me. And I'm pretty sure now Mavi is going to rock with their words, because she's a really inspirational person to me. So thank you so much. Molto grazie per l'invitazione. Sono molto felice. And thank you so much again for being here with you all.
Muchas gracias, Ignacio.
And I have something really special to share with you now. So sorry, Stefano. I just received an email from the Rotary Board of Directors, because I received the Service Above Self Award for this year. I'm in shock right now. So sorry, but this is in life right now. I'm just receiving the email from my governor.
Dear Ignacio, so it means that we gave you good luck participating to our meeting. So please Join us every month, every week when you want, so you will win everything. Maybe the Nobel Prize for the peace or something like this. Great, Ignacio. I'm very happy to the award you just received a few seconds ago. You deserve for sure, because you are a great Rotaractor, and you are a great Rotarian, you're a great man. So we all of us, we have to learn something from you, from your words. So please go on. After this beautiful speech from Ignacio, very, very clear, very, very easy to listen to, even for us that as Italians, sometimes we are not used to listen to English speeches, but your speech has been very, very clear. And so thank you so much also, because you are very simple, but very clear with your words. Now it's time to introduce our second keynote speaker of tonight, my dear friend, Mavi Vittoriga Gargiulo from Rotary Club Campus Salerno dei Principati. She's graduated in physics. She has got a great curriculum vitae, so I just have to take few great points from her curriculum. If not, we can stay 2 or 3 hours to listen to read everything she did in her life as work and as a Rotaractor. She is a member since 2012 of Rotary Club Campus Salerno dei Principati. That was the first university club, Rotaract club in Italy. She has been president of her club in 2016-2017. She's been also president of Mediterranean Rotaract MDIO, Multi-Districts Information Organizations, for 2017-2018. She's been marketing director and a social officer for ERIC, European Rotaract Information Center, during 2019-2021. She's been also ambassador for Italy at the Hamburg Rotary International Convention in 2019. And for this year, 2021-2022, she's the Positive Peace Activator European Cohort for Rotary International Institute of Economics and Peace. So her curriculum is speaking at himself. So without any other words, I want to introduce to you my dear friend, Mavi Vittoriga Gargiulo.
Hi, thank you. I'm embarrassed right now because I'm not used to, like, I'm really humble. So whenever I get people talking that dearly about me, I get like a little confused in whatever I want to say. So thank you, Stefano. And again, you said way too kind words. I'm not that great, honestly. I can tell you that. So when Stefano asked me to intervene tonight, I was kind of really humbled and very excited, but also I was like, okay, but what I can talk about, like I can talk about my experience, but I don't want to like just talk about me. I don't like to talk about me. What I can say is maybe giving out, and then I thought I could give out a perspective also compared to what Ignacio can actually say to us, that it's maybe more local in a way. So it's a little more European or Italian with respect to the very international perspective that Nacho has. I too met Nacho at the Rotary Hamburg convention. And it was, I believe it was 3 a.m. or something similar. And we were in this hostel where all the Rotaractors were, because it's true, everything is discounted, but still, you know, prices can get up. So we were all together in one hostel, like it was 3 hostels actually, scattered through Hamburg, and basically we spent the whole day in the convention and the whole night in the kitchen of this hostel to just talk about Rotary and Rotaract and our different experiences. And I guess we just met and we stayed like 6 hours just talking about again what was our perspective of Rotaract, because Rotaract, we know it was changing. They just get the news about the elevating stuff, so we were like, okay, but what's going to happen right now, and again how it's going to be involved in our lives and so on. And I still remember one sentence that Nacho said, it was like, yes, they elevated us. Basically, we were complaining for like the last 5 or 6 years that we were not given enough responsibility. We were not taking, considered it at all. Well, Rotary International just answers that. Okay, you want responsibility? Here it is. But now you have to deal with that. We have to show them that we are actually, what we always said we were. Now it's time to show it up, because we were given the actual, responsibility that we were asking for. And from that moment on, I started living my Rotaracts experience in a different way. Up until that moment, I don't know how it's Rotary and Rotaract relationship in other countries, but in Italy, it's kind of very formal in a way. Always have been. Italy, it's a formal country. I mean, we like and we love to dress up really, really formally and dress everything. Like also meetings are dressed up, basically, not only ourselves. So we really like the formal stuff. And that was the relationship with Rotary was like that. So up until the moment, I was used to just ask for everything, ask permission for everything I was going to do, and so on. And from that moment on, I was like, no, I'm going to do that. And then I'm not asking for permission. I know that I'm worth that. I'm going to go on and I'm going to do that. And then maybe they can, I will love to involve everyone, but I'm going to go on without asking anyone.
Oh. Mavi freezed a little bit.
Sorry, I know the connection that I have here, it's not great. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, yes, now we can
Great.
hear you.
So I was saying that then at that point, like started also to watch how Rotary International was dealing with this from a different perspective. And it was not surprising for me that while Rotaract was being elevated, and now it is elevated, just let's stop talking about this. It's a fact. it's done. But on the other side, like as soon as they elevated Rotaract, they started talking about DEI, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion, and they started talking about reshaping the Rotary structure. And for me, everything is part of a mindset, which is basically including everyone, recognizing everyone, the fact that women are important, that people from different cultures are important, that a younger generation are important, and all together we can only evolve and grow if we go all together with those different perspectives, because women are not important because of women, but they are important because they can have a different perspective on something that men cannot see. People with disability has a different perspective on something that can help us grow. People coming from different culture can have a different perspective on stuff that can help us grow, and a younger generation can have another different perspective that can help older generation to grow. But the thing that works, it's only working if it's mutual. So yeah, we young leaders have to be listened to, but we have to listen to older generation. It's very important that the confrontation, the discussion between this kind of different groups of people, it's very, very important. And this is the way we can actually evolve in the fast way the whole world is evolving, because Rotary needs to change according to the rest of the world. Otherwise, we're gonna stand like years back, basically, from the rest of it. And that's like the general perspective. What we can do to do that? Well, we have to start from local, from our own club. And I have to say, especially in my last year experience, like this year, I found that maybe Rotaract is actually in some ways older than Rotary, because and this might be also for I think there's tons of reasons for that, especially in Italy, because we have one major problem, which is language. Like I think 10% of the Rotaractors speak English and 5% of Rotarians speak English. So whenever there is something coming from Rotary International, it needs time to get figured out. And even when it gets figured out with translations. So it's very difficult for the actual thing to get, you know, to the people that are parts of Rotary. So in a way, I do understand this, that there is a thing that we have to change. And we can only, unfortunately, we can, I'm going to say something that maybe it's not very politically correct, but I don't believe in politically correct, actually. So sorry. Yeah, sorry, not sorry, actually. We need to start from competences. We need to start from skills. Equity, it's equity only if it's just. One does not mean one. In Italy, we have this saying, yeah, you know, one is equal to one. Yes, as a human value, it's equal to one. Now, one person is equal to another person as a human value, not as skills, not as competencies, not as capabilities. We have to stop mixing the things up. Because if we go for competence, if we go for skills, then we can grow. If we go for one in leadership position, the only thing that's going to happen is that we will all become one, but like lowering down, not growing up. We need people that are competent to create more competent people. A true leader, this is like, whenever you go to any Rotary stuff about leadership, they will tell you a leader, it's not a chief. A leader, it's one that goes from the back, pushing people outside to help them out of their comfort zone. And the perception of leader is actually changing with the DIE vision and with the new competence in our society in general. It's evolving, and we need to embrace the new concept of a leader, which is not only someone who's willing to serve, but is also someone who's very capable of making other leaders, finding the quality of the other people and bringing them up and bringing them out. And the only way of being a leader right now, it's be humble and in a way leading by example. We have tons of way of leading, but I guess the thing we need right now is doing it by example. Because if we talk and then we do something else, what is going to happen is that people are not going to believe that anymore, because we have too many information at the same time that our words is going to get lost somewhere in the between. So I'm going to stop myself, because I know that when I start to speak about these things, I can like basically stay the whole night. But I would love to hear your voices and again and answers to whatever you want to ask us, basically. So thank you.
Thank you so much, dear Mavi. I was sure that listening to your speech and IGNACIO's speech, Nacho's speech, we could only have to learn something. So now I hope that there are so many questions from people that listen to your speeches. Let's start with someone. Any question?
Se ci sono delle domande per i nostri relatori, vi preghiamo di farle anche in italiano eventualmente, e vi spingiamo a cogliere l'opportunità di poterci confrontare con persone di estremo valore come quelle che abbiamo ospitato stasera.
Hello, I'm Hannah. Can I speak?
Hi, Hannah. Please,
Hello.
please.
Certo.
Thank you for your speeches. You are very brilliant. A great leaders, young leaders, or as Ignazio says, young leaders. Because do you listen me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I am a lawyer, an Italian lawyer. I try to speak in English, even if I'm Italian. Mavi, remember us that the languages is a very important obstacle in our growth, in our growth as clubs. I want to focus on what Ignazio says. He focuses on 5 points, 5 steps: friendship, family, support, inclusion, inspiring. These words as sounds me well, even especially when we talk about family. Rotary as a family. I agree and I disagree with this vision, because a family is not a safe place sometimes. I'm a feminist lawyer, so I saw that in family we can live awful things. So I prefer the word team. Rotary works as a team. This is my vision of obviously I'm a Rotarian for 4 years, but I was a young Rotarian when I was young, so I know what is working in to be involved in a team. Family include the emotional part, but also working in a team. It needs empathy. It works sacrifice. It needs trust. We have to trust each other. I say this is what Ignazio says. Ignazio and Mavi talk about equality for elevating Rotary. No, for to elevate Rotary, it's necessary the thought to be equal. We are equal. Are we equal? Rotary and Rotarians are equal. We have to work on this. Rotarians don't consider come si dice,
Rotaractors.
equals. Rotaractors equals. Yes, we have to work on human values. It's necessary. We are all human beings. This is the first thing. And we have to start from this, as Mavi says. It's not important how rich is a Rotarian or is important in social life. He needs to be a human being. Okay. Now we are come dice, testimoni, witness of this war. No, this war does consider human aspect, does consider human. We have to. So I say this question. Mavi and Ignazio, what do you suggest to grow in human values as a Rotarian, because you are Rotarian, okay? How we can teach to our partner that we are all human beings?
Who answers
So-
between our speakers?
Yeah, so you can go and then I'll reply.
Sure, okay, no problem. Well, thank you, Anna, for your words. I think the life, when we have this leadership life, we know that be a leader is not easy because we are not friends of everyone. And of course, we have good moments and bad moments. The important thing here is what we are doing with the bad situation, or maybe the sad situations, or when we feel that we failed. We must be resilient, and we need to find things that we are continue developing, and living this organization as a lifestyle that I mentioned before. And the only way that I think we can understand better each other, because yeah, we are equals, but we are different, because be a Rotaractor has an identity, be a Rotarian has an identity. The good thing is we can, connect each other, and understanding that the values and I think the opportunities are the same. The important issue here is to trust in each other, because when a governor, for example, trusts in a Rotaractor to ask him to lead, for example, a district committee, he's trusting this person. He's giving opportunity to this young man or woman to lead inside the district and show everyone that younger people can be responsible in big duties. It's the same when we trust as Rotaractors, when we find maybe a Rotarian who is a mentor for us, and we can ask him or request him advice, or saying to him, hey, I'm thinking to be a Rotarian, what you think, how you can guide to me. And so trust is really important. And I think other issue that we need to consider is find moments like this, for example, meetings like this. I encourage you in all your clubs to follow this fantastic example that our friends like Noemi and Stefano and the friends from the club are showing us, like generating spaces between Rotarians and Rotaractors, talking together and finding the things that we have in common, because most of our fears, for example, or concerns are the same for us. And together we can find a better solution. So that's, I think, will be my best answer to you. Thank you.
Thank you. I understand.
If I may add something, again, it's about it's about equity, I think, and inclusion and diversity once again, because if you start from the fact that DIE means being able to see the other one like another human, and then that means one equal ones, but then each and every one brings to the table something different. Then you recognize that difference and you value that difference. And again, competences and skills becomes a true factor. And when a person has a value in a sphere, okay, and you can recognize that value, you allow that person to grow. That part, and also the closest spheres to that. And then because when you give responsibility to someone who can, okay, this is a sort of like, I think it's very important for Rotarians to be mentors for younger people, and even to older people in a way that they can learn from. And being a mentor also, again, as being a leader, means helping the other person to grow all his potential. So maybe giving responsibility to someone who can be put in a situation in which it's maybe a little out of this comfort zone, but you know them, so you know that they can make it. It will help them grow in a way. But in another way, Rotarians are older. And when older, I mean, more experienced, and also have another responsibility with Rotaractors and young leader. They have the responsibility to educate them and intervene when Rotaractors are not behaving in a good way. I've seen too many Rotarians washing their hands in a critical situation for Rotaractors, saying, okay, that's a Rotaractor thing. It's not a Rotaractor thing, it's your thing. Because we are in this together, and your responsibility is for some situations to change for the better, and you have to act on them.
Thank you, Mavi. Thank you. I agree with you. value to the differences, responsibilities, education, and to be a good mentor. It's very important what you are saying. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Dear Mavi.
Also, what say Ignazio, trust and come si dice, empathy, no, resilience. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna, for your question. And are there any other questions for our great speakers?
Stefano, can I share with you guys some thoughts?
Sure, Massimo.
Yeah,
Please
I mean,
share with us.
I don't actually have a question. I was just considering the keyword that stood below the speeches of Nacho and Mavi was comfort zone, wasn't it? I mean, our problem and the problem of these years, the years we are living right now, is that we, older people, Rotarians, I mean, have always been used to our comfort zone, which meant nice dinners, I mean, projects, but with the feeling of staying together in a nice and pretty environment, in nice, sorry, and pretty hotels or restaurants. And I've been living this transformation. I've been Rotaractor too many years ago, unfortunately, and I've been Rotarian for, I guess, 23 years. And I've been living 4 years in the US, in Texas, and so I've been watching the American way of living Rotary. And the problem is that probably we are not, we older people, we are not used to Rotary for action. I mean, Rotaractors, from their standpoint, and young Rotarians are more willing to engage in actions towards the community, towards each other, and to organizing meeting like this. I mean, it's not a criticism. I want to be clear. It's not a criticism, but I guess that no club with people my age would ever organize a meeting like this, okay? At least in our geographic area. It's not a criticism, because it's something like Mavi said, it's a question of language, first of all. Then it's a question of sharing with other people that we don't really know what we are thinking, what we are doing, and we are not prepared to share something. So we have to learn from you guys, young leaders. Stefano knows that I know him and many friends of his club since they were formed kind of 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
5 years.
Things like five, okay. And so, I mean, just to go to the bottom line, the problem is that now we are slowly struggling to get out of our respective comfort zones. I mean, younger people probably still oriented with towards I mean, nice meetings where we work and where you guys work and enjoy at the same time. We are more oriented, we older people are more oriented towards a nice dinner with a great keynote speaker. And I mean, we have to wait and at the same time to push so that the time that is needed to complete this mental before then Rotarian or Rotaractor path is completed. I don't know, I just wanted to share with you guys these thoughts and considerations to listen to you, to understand what you think about it. Okay, first of all, I thank you, Stefano, and all the EClub Due Golfi for organizing this meeting. And I really am, can I say that I am a little bit envious for events like this? I would love to organize something like that. But anyway, it was a great pleasure to stay with you guys, and I'll go on listening to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Massimo.
you,
Massimo, we have to elevate Rotary to Rotarians.
Yes, I totally agree with you.
Rotaractarians.
I totally agree with you.
Thank you.
Massimo has a great experience because he's been Rotaractor in 2 different areas of Italy. He's been Rotarian in 2 different parts of the world, so he has got very different points of view. So it's always great to listen to his experience as a Rotarian and as a Rotaractor. So thank you for sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other question for our great speaker, or any thoughts you want to share with us? Because tonight, I think all the speeches from Ignacio and Mavi, they have been very full of keywords. So I mean, it's very important to right now. I think everybody of us, we are thinking about their words, and so we are just thinking about what we could change about how we start to cooperate with Rotaract. I mean, we are a young Rotary club, so we don't have our Rotaract clubs, but I can see some other Rotarian clubs, Rotary clubs, and sometimes I know that here in Italy they are not still partners, Rotary and Rotaract, but I hope that we are trying to change these things. So we have to be at the same level, so we have to be partnered in projects and in organizing events and meetings and fundraising and everything to elevate Rotary words, Rotary wheel all over the world.
If I can add something, I have to say, at least from my perspective, Rotary is actually more open to Rotaracts. Like in this year, it's true. Okay, there's no many Rotary clubs that would do or organize something like that here. But like, for instance, this year from our district and our governor, we, as Rotaractor, we have had a lot. Like, he is very supporting towards Rotaractors and like with the Hack for the Planet project, and it's like he put us in the committee. So it's actually going in that direction. And I could see many more Rotary Club opening into that. In a way, we have to change as Rotaractors, because we still, like, the majority is still waiting for that responsibility. As I told at the beginning, it's not catching it. And we're doing over and over and over the same things. And it's like a sort of inertia, resistance in a way to change and get more dynamic and get that responsibility. We're still like in the party organizing stuff. We can get there, but again, we need to change from the base. We need to change starting from the leadership that we choose, and from how we want to improve locally, like from every single club, every single president, then from the district level, with our DRR, which sometimes they think they are like governors, but they're not. So, and then to the governors, and then over and over at an international level. But we need to start, evolving from we had the evolution from top down. Now we need the evolution from bottom up.
Can I say something? Can I say something? I would like.
Hi, Mariana. Sure, for sure. Please share your thoughts with us.
I would like to say thanks and to say hello to everybody, and hello Italy, hello Stefano. I would like to share as a member of Rotary Club Belgrade Skadalia and president of international cooperation, and also a member of Alliance Rotary Synergy Europe, that this topic is very interesting for me. And actually, I would like to make it this topic bigger, and I would like to speak more and more with you, with all of you, especially with Italy, because we are I'm in AICC Italy and Serbia. So this is very important topic, and in this way, I think the sky is limit, and that make our existence beautiful, our existence as Rotary, as Rotaracts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mariana, for sharing your ideas. I know that you really love talking with Rotaractors and trying to make all the projects all together, and so it's amazing that we are going in the right direction. I suppose during last 2 or 3 years, we are taking the right way to reach the goal that we can be a big team between Rotarians, Rotaractors, Interactors. I suppose that all together we can make every project bigger, every event bigger, every goal. We can reach every goal in an easier way, working all together. So thanks for sharing your thoughts with us.
We can do that. Thank you again. Thank you to the speakers, beautiful speeches. Thank you again.
So are there any other thoughts that you want to share with us? You can see many Rotarians and Rotaractors from many parts of the world, from South America or Central America. I can see maybe from Mexico. There is any question or any thoughts? No, not for now.
Allora, dunque penso che siamo
President.
arrivati a una naturale conclusione. Io penso che quando tutti quanti ricevono valore e si condividono informazioni interessanti, ci si congeda sempre in modo pieno e soddisfatto, e mi sembra proprio il caso di questa udienza. Now I think that our event is closed, it's finished, and I'm really happy to see that everyone here is full of this new knowledge and these new thoughts shared together. And so when I see everyone so satisfied by our host, our speaker, that means that our events is gone very well. So I want to thanks a lot again our speaker. Thank you for the value that you shared with us. Thank you for being here, for being so kind with all of us. So thank you. Hope sincerely to see you again and participate again to our events. And again, thank you for all of you that join our event. I hope that everyone can gain the value that our speaker want to share has shared with us. And I want to wish you a great evening and a good night, and I hope to see you everyone soon as possible. Quindi ancora una volta grazie a tutti quanti per essere stati qui, grazie ancora ai nostri ospiti. Sono veramente molto contenta di aver del mio club che ha reso possibile questo evento. Nello specifico voglio ringraziare Stefano Lombardi che ci ha presentato questi incredibili ospiti di stasera che ci hanno condiviso veramente tanto valore. Per questo non mi resta che augurarvi una splendida serata e speriamo di rivederci presto, soprattutto dal vivo, visto che la pandemia sta allentando un po' i legacci che ci ha costretto a casa, e quindi speriamo di rivederci presto dal vivo.
Grazie a voi per la bellissima conferenza, veramente molto bravi.
Ciao, bye bye.
Ciao Anna.
Ciao, buona serata, grazie a tutti.
Ciao.
Thank
Ciao,
you.
bye, ciao.
Everybody,
Thank you,
and
bye.
good night.
Thank you,
Buonasera
everybody.
a tutti.
Ciao.
Ciao, bye.
Ciao Stefano.
Ciao
Grazie,
Massimo, ciao
Stefano.
Francesca.
Bye.
Sempre un
Good
piacere.